Hello boys and girls, Miss Holloway here. You should be on reteaching 9-5. If you did not watch the previous video, please go back and do that. It's very important that you watch it. We're going to be looking for fractions on the number line, and I have some very specific instructions for the practice side. Make sure you follow this video and listen closely about those because you're not going to do all of the questions on the practice side. All right, let's look at number 1. We are just going to write the missing fraction or mixed number for each number line. You already did a worksheet like this yesterday, so this should be fairly easy. You can see that this number line is broken up into eighths, and I know that because the denominator is 8, so I'm just going to continue to put the denominator is 8 for all of these. And I have the first tick mark, second, third, this would be the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Okay, now number 2. Okay, so you can see that I have some mixed numbers. Remember that when we are labeling fractions on a number line with mixed numbers or any number line with fractions, the denominators are always the same for every single one. And since this is broken into thirds, I know that this one will be thirds, and this is why it's broken into thirds. This part, the first piece, 1, 2, 3, stop. The second piece, 1, 2, 3, stop. The third piece, 1, 2, 3, stop. So it's broken into thirds. Okay, so remember that it's a pattern. 1/3, 2/3, 1. 1 and 1/3, 1, we have to invite that 1 to the party. This is the second tick mark, so this would be 1 and 2/3, 2. 2 and 1/3, 2 and 2/3, 3. If it were to continue, we would invite the 3 to the party and just continue the fractions. Okay, number 3. All right, so I can see from the other fractions that my denominator is 4. So go ahead and put that in there. This has some mixed numbers. All right, so we're starting with a 0 and going to 1. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Remember, we stop at those whole numbers when we're counting. This is the first tick mark, second, third, that would be the 4th. Okay, moving on. Remember that our fractions are a pattern. We started with 1/4. This is the first tick mark after my whole number. So 1, 2, 3. We passed a whole number, invite it to the party. 1 and 1/4, 1 and 2/4, 1 and 3/4, 2. This is the first tick mark, second tick mark, third tick mark. We passed the 2. We're going to invite it to the party. 2 and 2/4, 2 and 3/4, 3. Okay, number 4. Erica said that 1 and 3/4 is between 2 and 3 on a number line. Do you agree? Why or why not? Well, the only thing we can do is draw a number line and try to figure this out. So between 2 and 3. All right, let's draw a number line. We'll use one of these lines to help us. So we're going to go from, let's go from 1 to 3. And is broken into 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so when you're drawing this out, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's label this. This is my first tick mark. All of my denominators are the same. I'm just going through here and I'm labeling the fractions first because they're just a pattern, they're the same. And as far as it would go, if it keeps going on, all the fractions would be the same. The only thing that changes is when you pass a whole number. So since it starts with a whole number 1 and not a 0, we're going to immediately invite it to the party. 1 1/4, 1 2/4, 1 3/4, 2. This is where it changes. We're not going to put a 1 there, we're going to put a 2 there because that's the whole number. 2 2/4, 2 1/4, 2 2/4, 2 3/4, 3. Okay, now it says Erica said that 1 3/4 is between 2 and 3. Do you agree? Well, I do not agree, because we will say 1, well, first we'll say no. 1 3/4 is between 1 and 2, not 2 and 3. Okay, turn the page and you are going to do the practice side, but you are only doing numbers 1 and 2. Those will be labeling number lines. Do not do 3, 4, 5, and 6 unless you really just want to and you really want to try, but those are a little harder problems where you may have to add or subtract fractions, and we are not there yet. So just do numbers 1 and 2. Good luck.